I want life. I want to fight for life, and I'm not done fighting. But this one, everything I do, like all the problem solving I do, I can't solve this one without you. This video was recorded July 10th, 2022. And this is Henry, I'm here with Nancy, and I'd like to share a challenge, a major challenge in my life, and see how you might be able to help me. First, some good news. Last October 30th, 2021, I married my high school sweetheart, my angel, Nancy. This year has been a milestone for both of us. We turned the big 6-0. I know I'm not supposed to say that. And it's an amazing week that we've had together with family at a beautiful dinner and friends over and family over yesterday at the house for swimming and poker party. And lots of great food. And it was just an amazing week. And I have to tell you, and I transgressed just a little bit, but this year has been somewhat of a challenging year for me health-wise. And I can recall about a year ago going to a doctor's office and them telling me, we don't like the way your blood results look, and we'd like you to see a specialist, a nephrologist. And so I went to see this professional, and she has been around a long time. She said, "Okay, Mr. Kaplan, so with your high blood pressure and your diabetes and your overweight and your lifestyle of eating," she said, "you are a prime candidate for a transplant, a kidney transplant." And I was like, "A kidney transplant? What are you talking about? I feel great." And she said, "Well, look, your lifestyle, of not proper eating, you eat a lot of meat, I'm sure, and I did for many years, has led for you to have kidney disease beyond repair. Kidneys do not regenerate themselves like liver does." And she said, "I want to refer you to the Miami Institute of Health, University of Miami, Jackson Memorial, who are the #1 transplant center, most likely in the country, for the number of transplants they do. And this is all in the first meeting." Well, I said, "Doctor, is there anything I could do, diet and exercise-wise, to live a healthier lifestyle and prevent this from being a necessity?" And she said, "You know what? You need to become vegan." Wow. I mean, that's like maybe one of the worst things anybody's ever said to me, but knowing how much I've enjoyed my porterhouse steaks and meat in my whole life. And she said, "Look," she said, let's do a biopsy, because I'm not exactly sure why this has gone so far downhill for you." And so we became pescatarian, eating fish and vegetables and fruits, quinoa and tofu and lentils and really great things. She's a great cook. And so I've been able over the last 12 months to drop about 28 pounds. And I am now no longer diabetic. I'm pre-diabetic. And unfortunately, my kidneys just never recovered. So the biopsy showed that I have a rare kidney disease called FSGS, focal segmental glomerulosclerosis, which means that my kidneys are slowly dying. And I should have known that there was a telltale sign many years ago when I urinate, not to get too graphic, but when I urinate and I pee in the bowl, it bubbles like a head of beer. That these bubbles do not dissipate. So, if I could save somebody's life one day, and by figuring out if you urinate, men or women, and those bubbles just pile high, you may have this, telltale signs of this disease too. So I do need a transplant, and it's so far advanced that I qualify right away. I just completed my last test to be on the official list for the Jackson Memorial Transplant Institute. And the surgeon told me you have a 1 to 3 year wait. Now, let me share some facts with you. fact about a kidney disease. Most times you hear kidney disease, it goes along with the word dialysis. And dialysis is where they connect you to a machine 3 days a week for 4 hours each day and clean your blood. What I've heard and what I've read, anybody that goes on dialysis, like the average typical 30-year-old that goes on dialysis, will last a lifespan of probably 10 to 15 years. Remember, I'm 60. If the same person receives a kidney from a cadaver, somebody who passed on, that lifespan increases to about 20 plus years. But number 3, if they receive a kidney from a living donor, remember we have 2, and people can live a long life, normal life with just 1. That living donor giving somebody like me a kidney will have a lifespan. My lifespan will increase by, a 30-year-old lifespan will increase by 30 years or more if it only came from a living person. Can you imagine there are 120,000 people in the United States that are waiting for a transplant, and 20 die every day because there's just not enough parts. For the longest time I drove a 14-year-old Cadillac, and just recently purchased myself a new birthday present at 60 years old. But that Cadillac was good to me, and I was good to it, and I would trade out the parts in that Cadillac, even though Carlos, my mechanic, told me, "Oh, Henry, it's time to trade it in." You know what? That car was good to me, and I kept trading out the parts. Well, that's the way it's for me. I am in need of somebody who's willing to donate a kidney, somebody who's 18 to 62 years old, in fairly good health, without high blood pressure, and that is willing to be tested. Now look, I'm a B type blood, and O is universal. It doesn't make a difference, positive or negative. But there's also something called the paired exchange. So, anybody out there, if you knew that you could give somebody an extra minute, an extra hour, an extra week, an extra month, an extra year, or 5 years or 10 years, I'm not done. I'm not done living on this planet. And I know a lot of you, and I'm talking to you right now. I don't know who you are, and I know you're out there, and I'm asking for a second angel to step up. One's right here. 40 years later, we got married, and I'm asking for that angel here on earth to appear. And now look, I have no idea how I'm going to repay you for giving me the gift of life. I just don't. But I know that every extra minute I have, an extra hour, an extra day or week or month or year or many years, will give me plenty of time to figure that out, how to repay this debt to you. But without you, it's dialysis for me. And when it comes to dialysis, it will shave, I know, many, many years off my life. So I have a little sign I made. MTI, Miami Transplant Institute, livingdonor.org. If you or somebody you know is capable of making probably the greatest sacrifice of your life, I can't even imagine asking you for this, but I can't live without it. And you're 18 to 62 years old, and it doesn't make a difference to your blood type, because this paired exchange means that, oh, Henry, I'm an AB or whatever. That's okay, because there's somebody out there that has the same issue as I do, and they pair us up and put us all in the same hospital at the same time together. And believe it or not, they add a third kidney. They don't replace mine. They add a third kidney to me. And you could have a long life and give the gift of life with me and help me. So it's not an easy thing to ask. And don't feel like you have to call me and explain why you just wouldn't be a good candidate. I love you all. And my friends, my family, my agents, all the people I've ever known, I've kept in touch with. The greatest gift I've ever had, really, other than maybe my son and my wife, is my friends, my sphere, my people. And this is for you, and I hope you can help me. I love you, and we want to say thank you.
Thank you.
For anything you can do for me. And if the minimum you could do, if you wouldn't mind, is share this video. Just share it. And let's see if we can find a way to extend my life. I'm not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. I am not done. Love you. Thank you for hearing my story. Bye.